Picture a man whose ambition knew no bounds, Julius Caesar. Born into a noble but not particularly influential Roman family, Julius Caesar quickly rose above his relatively humble beginnings. His early life was marked by conflict and strife as he navigated the tumultuous political landscape of Rome. Yet through it all he remained unflinchingly ambitious, a trait that would propel him to the zenith of power. His ascent began in earnest when he was appointed governor of a province in Spain. It was here that he honed his military skills, leading successful campaigns that expanded Rome's territories and increased his own wealth and influence. These victories, coupled with his undeniable charisma, earned him the respect and admiration of many Romans, setting the stage for his meteoric rise to power. Upon his return to Rome, Caesar formed a political alliance known as the First Triumvirate, with two of the city's most influential figures, Crassus and Pompey. Together, they dominated Roman politics, and Caesar was elected consul. His tenure was marked by a series of bold and transformative reforms. He restructured the Roman calendar, initiated public works, and implemented policies that favored the common people, earning him both praise and criticism. Yet, it was his military prowess that truly set him apart. His conquest of Gaul, a region covering present-day France and Belgium, was a testament to his strategic genius. The victory not only expanded Rome's territories but also bolstered Caesar's reputation as a formidable military leader. But Caesar was not content with merely being a military and political leader. He yearned for absolute power. In a move that shocked the Roman Republic, he crossed the Rubicon, a river marking the border of Italy, with his army, essentially declaring war on Rome. This audacious act led to a civil war, which Caesar ultimately won, paving the way for his appointment as dictator for life. Caesar was a force to be reckoned with, and he was about to face his greatest challenge yet. His ambition, charisma, and relentless pursuit of power had transformed the Roman Republic, but they had also sown the seeds of his downfall. March 15th, a date that would forever be etched in the annals of history, the Ides of March. This was a day steeped in superstition and foreboding, a day that carried a sense of doom for the mighty Julius Caesar. The Ides of March wasn't just any other day in the Roman calendar, it was a day when debts were settled, a day of reckoning, and for Caesar, it held an ominous prophecy. A soothsayer is said to have warned Caesar of a great danger looming on the Ides of March. But Caesar, in his confidence and perhaps arrogance, dismissed the prophecy. Little did he know that the shadows of conspiracy were already gathering around him. Leading the conspiracy was Brutus, a trusted friend, and Cassius, a seasoned senator. Both were respected figures in the Roman Senate, men of influence and power. Yet they felt threatened by Caesar's rise, his sweeping reforms, and his apparent disregard for the traditional Roman Republic's values. The very institution that had once stood for the will of the people was losing its voice, and Brutus and Cassius were determined to restore it. They rallied a group of like-minded senators all united by a common cause, to save the Republic from the perceived tyranny of Caesar. Though their motives were political, their methods were anything but. The plot they hatched was one of cold-blooded murder. In the days leading up to the Ides of March, the conspirators met in secret, crafting a plan that would ensure Caesar's downfall. Each conspirator had a role to play, a part in the grand scheme that was to unfold. They knew the risks, the potential for failure. Yet, the stakes were too high, the cause too important to back down now. As the Ides of March approached, the city of Rome was oblivious to the impending storm. Caesar, despite the warnings, remained unsuspecting of his friend's betrayal. The stage was set, the actors ready. The Ides of March was upon them. A plot was brewing, one that would shake the Roman Empire to its core. March 15th, 44 BCE, the day the Roman Empire held its breath. On this day, Julius Caesar, the man who had transformed the Roman Republic into an empire, was betrayed by those he considered allies. The theater of Pompey, a place of entertainment and joy, became a stage for one of the most notorious political assassinations in history. The conspirators, led by Brutus and Cassius, had their reasons. Many in the Senate had grown wary of Caesar's growing power. His reforms, while popular with the people, were seen as a threat to the established order. As Caesar continued to consolidate his hold, the Senate saw their influence waning. Fearful of a return to monarchic rule, they decided to act. Brutus, a man of noble birth and Caesar's close friend, found himself caught in a moral quandary. His loyalty to Caesar was strong, but so was his commitment to Rome. The decision to join the conspirators was not an easy one. He wrestled with his conscience, but ultimately, his love for the Republic won out. He would later claim that he did not love Caesar less, but loved Rome more. As for Cassius, his motivations were more personal. Once a close ally of Caesar, their relationship had soured over time. Cassius was a staunch supporter of the Republic and viewed Caesar's rise to power with growing alarm. He saw in Caesar a threat to the freedoms and traditions of Rome. His decision to join the conspiracy was driven by a deep-seated belief in the preservation of the Republic. On the day of the Ides of March, the conspirators gathered in the theater of Pompey. As Caesar entered, they surrounded him under the guise of presenting a petition. Suddenly, daggers were drawn. Caesar was stabbed 23 times by the conspirators. His last words, according to legend, were, "Et tu, Brute?" "And you, Brutus?" A final expression of betrayal from a friend he held dear. The immediate aftermath of the assassination was pandemonium. The senators fled, leaving Caesar's body on the Senate floor. Rome was thrown into a state of shock and confusion. The people, who had adored Caesar, were in mourning, while the Senate was in disarray. The conspirators had hoped that with Caesar's death, the Republic would be restored. Instead, they had inadvertently set the stage for its downfall. In the power vacuum that followed, civil war broke out. The Republic that the conspirators had sought to preserve was ultimately transformed into the Roman Empire under Caesar's adopted heir, Octavian. The assassination of Julius Caesar was a pivotal moment in history, a stark reminder of the fragility of political power and the devastating consequences of political betrayal. It was a day of infamy, a day of betrayal, a day that would forever change the course of history. With the fall of Caesar, Rome plunged into chaos. In the wake of Caesar's death, the empire was in turmoil. The shockwaves of the assassination reverberated through the corridors of power, shaking the very foundations of the Roman Republic. The city of Rome, once a bustling hub of commerce and governance, was now a crucible of fear and uncertainty. The Senate, once the bulwark of Roman authority, was in disarray. The conspirators who had so ruthlessly dispatched Caesar had hoped for a return to the old ways, a re-establishment of the Republic. Yet they had gravely miscalculated. Their act of treason had not unified the Republic. Instead, it had fractured it. Caesar's death had left a power vacuum, and in Rome, power vacuums never remain unfilled for long. Two formidable figures rose to prominence, each vying for control of the empire. On one side was Mark Antony, Caesar's closest ally, a charismatic and influential politician and general. On the other was Octavian, Caesar's adoptive heir. A young man of just 19, but endowed with a political acumen far beyond his years. The struggle between Antony and Octavian was a bitter one, marked by political maneuvering, military confrontations, and personal animosity. Each had their own vision for Rome, and each was determined to see it realized. The Roman populace, caught in the middle, could only watch as the power struggle unfolded. Yet in the end, it was Octavian who emerged victorious. With his defeat of Antony and his lover, the Egyptian queen Cleopatra, at the Battle of Actium, Octavian became the undisputed master of Rome. He was granted the title of Augustus, meaning the revered one, becoming Rome's first emperor. In a bitter twist of irony, the conspirators' attempt to save the Republic had led to its ultimate downfall. The Republic they had so cherished was no more, replaced by an empire under the rule of one man. Yet it was an empire that would reach heights of power and influence previously unimaginable. Under Augustus, Rome would expand its borders, its culture would flourish, and its political structures would stabilize. It was the dawn of the Pax Romana, a period of relative peace and prosperity that would last for over 200 years. In the end, Caesar's death had not marked the end of Rome, but rather a new beginning. It marked the end of the Republic, yes, but it paved the way for the rise of the empire. And at the heart of that empire was Octavian, the unlikely heir of Caesar, who took the chaos of his predecessor's death and fashioned from it a new order, a new Rome. From the ashes of the Republic, a new era dawned, the era of the Roman Empire. Julius Caesar, a name that echoes through history. His life, his ascent to power, his tragic end on the Ides of March, all of these have left an indelible mark on the annals of time. His story is a captivating blend of ambition, power, and betrayal, a narrative that has been retold countless times throughout the centuries. His ambition was boundless, a driving force that propelled him to the pinnacle of Roman society. Yet it was this very ambition that sowed the seeds of his downfall. His power was immense, his authority unchallenged, but it was a power that bred fear, resentment, and ultimately, rebellion. Caesar's betrayal at the hands of his closest allies underscores the inherent fragility of political institutions, a fragility that is amplified when power is concentrated in the hands of a single individual. It serves as a stark reminder that even the most seemingly invincible leaders are vulnerable to the whims of those they govern. Yet, despite his tragic end, or perhaps because of it, Julius Caesar's legacy has endured. His impact on Rome was profound, setting in motion a series of events that would ultimately culminate in the end of the Roman Republic and the birth of the Roman Empire. His political reforms, while controversial, laid the groundwork for an empire that would dominate the Western world for centuries. And the Ides of March? It has become synonymous with treachery and the fall of the mighty. It serves as a potent symbol of the volatility of political power and the swift and brutal consequences of betrayal. More than 2,000 years after his death, Julius Caesar continues to captivate our collective imagination. His life story is a testament to the timeless themes of ambition, power, betrayal, and the fragility of political institutions. His name, his deeds, his end, all contribute to a legacy that is as enduring as it is influential. The Ides of March serves as a reminder that even the most powerful can fall, leaving a legacy that shapes the course of history. The story of Julius Caesar is a tale of ambition, power, and betrayal. We've journeyed through the rise of this charismatic conqueror, his transformation of the Roman Republic into an empire, and the dramatic events of the Ides of March, a day marked by conspiracy and assassination. We've explored the aftermath of Caesar's death, the power struggle that ensued, and the lasting legacy that shaped the course of Roman history. The tale of Julius Caesar serves as a timeless reminder of the fragility of political institutions, the intoxicating allure of power, and the devastating consequences of betrayal. It underscores the enduring significance of the Ides of March, a day that forever altered the trajectory of an empire. As we delve into the annals of history, we are reminded of the enduring impact of the past on our present. Until our next historical journey, farewell.